Let's talk about the election coming up right now, or just the current candidacy. I wanted in 2020, I believe that's when you ran. I wanted you and Donald Trump to be on the same ticket, right? That was a thought that I had because in my mind, I'm just a regular guy. I don't know a ton about politics, right? I felt both y'all were outliers, right? That's how it seemed to me. These guys are both outliers. They're both different, but seem to be doing their own thing. You've been outspoken against Trump, right? Do you think he's not, is he doing his own thing or is he?
Yes, he is. Look, I will give Trump credit. Okay, he does his own thing. Okay, he's a very different type of politician, and that's clear. But this is what I do think, Theo. While I respect somebody who has the guts to do their own thing and be very much a non-traditional politician, which is what he is, here's the facts. He lies all the time. Right? And, I got 4 kids and I got 7 grandchildren, and we really have to ask ourselves whether the guy who is the leader of the country, whether that's the kind of example that we want. So I have a lot of friends in politics who differ with me, more conservative people. They're not liars. We disagree. So you and I disagree on something.
It's fine.
So what? It's called America and democracy.
Yeah, it used to be fine.
That's right. All right. But Trump really is, I use the word pathological. He lies. When you see him on television, not everything, but a lot of lies. Okay. And I think we can't have that. When he was in the private sector, before he became involved in politics, he was sued, his companies were sued 4,000 times. And I just, above and beyond his political views, which I disagree with, but then those you can discuss. I don't think you want somebody leading this country who is shady.
So you're saying he doesn't set the best example of
Exactly. Look, you got kids. Do you have any kids?
I don't have any yet.
All right. Well, hope you do. And you want kids to be honest, right?
Yeah.
You don't want them to be bullies and picking on the weak. And so that from a character point of view, I don't like him. But also, let me give another example. I happen to believe, I don't know what your views are, that women have a right to control their own bodies. All right. I don't want, as a man, somebody saying, "Oh, Bernie, you can't have a vasectomy. You can't do this. It's my business, not the government's." And Trump does not hold that view. I happen to believe strongly that climate change is real. We got the, just a week or two ago.
Yeah, I saw your podcast with Bill Billinkoff?
Bill McKibben, of course. I've known Bill for years.
Bill McKibben, yeah.
Yeah, and Bill is...
I want to get to speak to him. He seems really interesting.
Smart guy.
Is he?
I've known him for years.
Yeah, because I want to learn more about, you just always hear about climate change. And so, I want to learn more about it.
Good. And I hope you do. And I'm sure Bill would be happy to go on the show with you.
That'd be cool.
If you wanted, I can give him a call.
Awesome.
In all of the scientists agree, when you put carbon into the atmosphere, it creates a ceiling there. The earth warms up, and then because of the earth warming up, you have extreme weather disturbances like you come from Louisiana, do you?
Oh, yeah. We're sinking.
You've seen the terrible floods there. We've had them here in Vermont.
Yeah, they have in Savannah right now going on.
Right, that's right. Floods the likes of which we've never seen. You're seeing drought. In Saudi Arabia, the temperature reached 125 degrees, which people are dying by the hundreds. So Trump does not believe that climate change is real. And if he becomes president, that means not only will the United States, the whole world will give up. And I don't know what this planet is going to look like in, 10, 15 years.
And do you say that because America is really the leader of the forefront of looking out for climate change?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
We're the largest economy in the world.
Right.
Now, China is a bigger polluter than we are right now.
Oh, yeah, dude. They all smoke, too. A lot of Chinese people. Yeah, that kid that smokes on that bicycle or whatever, he's smoking like 11 cigarettes.
All right, but if we say, hey, the hell with it, then other countries are going to, because it's a global problem.
Right, then everybody's going to be like, oh,
you got everybody backs off. And then I don't know what this planet, you talk about floods, it's going to get worse and worse. Heat waves, worse, drought, worse, migrations. There are millions, hundreds of millions of people, little farmers in poor countries. They can't farm anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. So I disagree with Trump on that. So those are some of the reasons why, I'm strongly against them.
Those are important issues, certainly, yeah. And I don't think it's like everybody can have their own thoughts on different issues. And do you see why people like him?
I do. Because he's very disarming. He gets up there and he says whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
He is not.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like he's by the book. That was a thing.
He is not by the book.
Right. And so that's something the same as you. It's like he's speaking for, it feels like they're speaking for themselves, right? Whether you agree with maybe what they believe what they're saying. And that, I think, comes through.
I think you're right.
Clearly to people.
I think, he's certainly unusual, gets up there and he rants and he does his thing, and he's not necessarily, I'm sure his advisors go crazy, but he's not needing, not reading off. He doesn't have 14.
Kid Rock is one of his advisors, And look, I love Kid Rock, but I don't know if every advice, every advice of his is the best. But now some of it is, that's for sure. But some of it may not.
You're right,
be.
and a lot of these politicians have 18 different consultants. You can't use that word. You can't say that. And he's
that
not
makes
like
it miserable. He's not like that, right?
And people find that appealing. I get it. But, again, I don't think you could have a pathological liar or somebody who doesn't believe in women have the right to control their bodies, who doesn't believe in climate change. I think that's bad. And by the way, I'm not quite so sure how much he believes in democracy as well.
Yeah. Well, and look, that's how you feel. And it's important. And you've always had your own feelings, and I appreciate you always having them and sharing what they are. Did you feel like whenever the people tried to assassinate, did you think it was deeper than that? Or do you think it was just some Reddit jockey just on
First of all, it was horrible. I mean, I disagree with Trump on everything, but the idea of people assassinating Trump or anybody else is...
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. It is horrible. And I can't give you the words. It's just terrible. We cannot have that in American politics. My own guess, and I'm not an expert, I'm sure there are a lot of, conspiratorial theories that are out there. I think you have, we've seen it before. You've seen seemingly normal people walking into schools with guns doing horrible things, right?
Yeah.
And I think you had, for whatever reason, I don't want to even speculate why this young man did what he did.
But you just think it was a young man who that was it.
That's what the evidence seems to suggest so far.
Right. But you didn't hear anything else. You guys don't hear anything else as Congress people. You don't hear anything deeper than that.
I don't know any great secrets that you don't know.